Hello, nice here. Big Legacy 2. We're on New Game Plus 2. Not a lot else to say about current progress, although I was looking at the save files. Apparently my int file finished up everything to true ending in like 30 hours, and we're currently like 13 hours in. I think this challenge may be harder than that one, though. So I guess probably looking for fight with Enoch. Eh? Oh, I didn't actually kill that enemy. What a foolish mistake. I'm never sure on site what kind of fire shooter a fire shooter is. I have to see it actually shoot. Ow. Imagine if I was good with the pirate weapon instead of not good with the pirate weapon. Ow. There, I just slipped off the edge. Alright. So far we're on pace to, ooh. I've been wanting that. But yeah, we seem to be on pace to die in the Citadel before discovering the something. Stygian study. Hey, a haste rune. I've also kind of wanted another of those. Not because I think it's like strategically important, but because I think having a really high run walk speed would be funny. So am I calling it run/walk speed because of Diablo 2? Maybe. Oh, that'll help. First healing of the run. I don't need to fight everything in this room full of spike balls. Oop. I need to remember, they buffed the pirate ship to block medium projectiles. Face dye is fine, and apparently not yet revealed. I should pay for the teleporter. Also, I don't remember what mid-bosses I still need to fight. little late on the swing. If nothing else, we're getting pirate XP. Yeah, kind of interested in just finding the boss room if I can, so I can verify what the boss is. Whoop. Yeah, what mid-bosses need fought. I'll actually pass on that room. Oop. Not worth it. Regular chest, I'll pass. That's the magic damage one, okay. Okay, the door is open. Do I just go in? Maybe I grab IT's sword. Then go in. I'm gonna full heal on the boss door, so I just want to clear out the enemies so I don't break the relic on the way back down to the teleporter. I know I could do the save and quit warp, but not like it's that far. They're giving up 5% health, but until the first hit I take, dealing 2.5x damage. Okay. All right. It's that one. Okay. Already used my double jump. Okay. pretty well, I'd say. Relic broken. Whoa. Well, that worked pretty well. Yeah, that was some gaming. Thinking about it. Alright, so I saved like 8,000 gold not buying the teleporter on this run. So I'm not going back up to the study. Oh, pizza. I don't really have the rune weight to carry keys, but that hasn't stopped me before. Oh, didn't even take another hit. I'm likely to be relatively pleased with the amount of pirate XP. Oh yeah, plus we got that drowned trinket. I'm gonna get like 20 strength. Or rather, drowned trinket blueprint. It is 8,000, right? 8,500. Maybe next time. Want to make sure I can afford whatever equip weight I need. Besides, maybe even though they did lower the cost of must have been an explosive barrel. Yeah, they lowered the cost of teleporters in the big patch, but it doesn't mean I need to buy them. Ow. Probably storeroom? Yep. Why am I going in here? The lore pickup is right here. Alright, so this is a gate. Dragon, all the keys and stuff are bottom left. There's enough going on down there. Ooh, femme. Okay, this room progresses left. It's the other place I need a key. I guess, given my resolve, I should probably be trying to clear more enemies out for when I am carrying keys. Ow. Although, not those ones. We just go over them, and they're pretty inconvenient to fight. Maybe you need to... Oh, I had... So that's the farther away key. Try to get this first. I do have pirate ship if I get tired of trying to bounce on these things. Didn't even double jump. But it did take 2 tries. Let's not grab the other key right now. I think it would be a poor decision to go down to no health. Especially when this is right here. Wouldn't have minded filling up just a little if it wanted to be kind on food, in case I take a hit while I'm going for this key. Ah. Yeah, like that. Okay, only 1 hit though. Didn't die. Alright, let's see if I can make it to the farther away. Teleporter room, or mid-boss room. I think I left, yeah, a lot alive in here. Oh yeah, and then a lot in the bottom of this room, but that's fine. Alright, he's delivered. I don't have a lot of health, but I also don't have a lot of options for getting it. Let's just see if I absolutely game. Oh, this is the one with the shield. Yeah, I'm dead. That's fine. Pirate goes from rank 3 to 6. Got a trinket to buy. Chef with spoons and crescendo. That seems pretty good. Mage with soul tether, white star, 8 ball. I'll take the chef. Mage wouldn't have been a bad choice either. If I wanted to optimize my picking of low mastery classes. Or optimize for it. Yeah, I need to buy equip weight 5 times. Do I even have leather unity right now? No. Okay, so I'm not giving up a unity by making this change. Giving up 3 armor, getting some dex and int, but also 15 strength. Didn't it used to be 20? Maybe I just thought 20 because it's unity level 20. Still, 15 strength is definitely worth leveling up 5 times for. I did notice on the load game screen, yeah, my my strength is much higher than my vitality. Let's get a little vitality, like 3 of it. All right. Failing at very basic things. Every time I only need health and I find a mana potion, I feel like the game's taunting me over the fact that I won't use quenching runes on this playthrough. The enemy's surrounded by notes. Mind Fates die again. Maybe it should be Glowing Ember. That would help more on the mid bosses, but I think I'm more scared of regular enemies. Just, you know, removing all my health before I get to the mid boss. Figuratively all. Or maybe literally, who knows? The dry lake. Like I'm probably headed left and then down. At least try to see what's in top left first, though. Oh, I didn't look at runes. Eh, that's probably fine. I at least got my equipment. Ooh, nice. Let's try a fight right away. Ah, I wanted to get the whole trail to convert to notes, and then I wanted to try spin kicking it and making like a bunch of note explosions. Ow. Could have gone better. Okay, at least the shield's dead now. I think especially with Crescendo, the axe on its own shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. I don't actually know if these rooms... Oh, Neuropraxis. Yeah, I don't know if these rooms provide the same immunity to damage after you win that boss rooms do. Huh. Thought there was more in that room in terms of like possible healing. I can probably take a hit. Nice. Got him. see something down below. I mean, I even know it was a weed. Oh. We're not doing that. I would prefer to progress left from here rather than down, now that I've peeked that room. Coin. Okay, so I need to go through the diving bell if I want to progress down. Got him. I have an angle for... Yeah, okay, I just needed to back up a little, maybe. Nice. Peek downward first. It's... Oh, it's that room. I'm gonna say it's probably the mid-boss room, but it's not. It's the key room. Might have burned to death anyway, but don't value my MP that highly. Besides, there was a mana potion in here. Actually got a mana potion to do something. Incredible. Oh! Was looking around just to see if there was any easy health, and there was. Maybe I should have been tossing out some spoons instead of just watching them, but I was focused. Oh, I missed. I don't think I have enough int that it's worth just tossing that out for damage. I probably need to break a projectile or something for it to be worthwhile. I'm heavily built into strength, despite intelligence being the only stat that helps me heal. Doesn't mean I don't need to care as much about skill crits with the spoons. They're still neat. They still give me the usual interaction between strength and dex, but the int scaling is a little less relevant compared to last playthrough. Or like a lot. I'm gonna try to actually make it to the teleporter since not that far away, most likely. Also, I'm gonna full heal on boss door. Oh. I guess I'm not gonna get death marks back between boss fights, probably. I don't think the doors give me the marks back. Pretty sure we've done that science before. So, with death marks on, it's going to be a lot less likely that one character beats both Jonah and Kane. Actually, I don't know if I can survive 7 hits anyway. I guess, yeah, it's 2 death marks per, though. Do I think both of the bosses four-shot me anyway? Maybe, honestly, because I don't have stew. Oh, right. I forgot you have to kill Tubal. I was like, okay, we fought the mid-bosses. Getting a little ahead of myself. It was debatably correct to return to the top of the zone anyway, though. Oh, you are explosive, in fact. And I can't bounce stuff off of the soft platform. Because I've already done basically all the work for this chest. Silver. Leviathan chest. Kinda weirds me out to still be getting like basic equipment on New Game Plus 2 without it being like literally the kin set. Let's just leave. Thanks for taking the exact number of hits I needed. Oh, nice. Die. Apparently charged. Must have double hit the ceiling guy. Happens sometimes with the spoons. Probably start locking the castle at this point. Unless I win. Like double damage when I skill crit, huh? Okay. There was space to the left of the axe, it's fine. Okay, yeah, I knew the ball was below me. Could have dashed still. Would have left me in the air a little longer. Alright, good fight. At least I declare it to be good. So, yeah, not gonna be locking the castle. I think that's the thing to conclude. And, like I was saying, we're, probably not gonna beat both Jonah and Cain on the same character due to death marks, if nothing else. Unless they still don't matter. I think I have a good shot against Jonah, though. Still not Jonah Prime. Also, the burn is really good. Uh-oh. Okay. Fine. Missing a lot, but don't worry about it. As long as I don't take hits, he doesn't win. Huh, again. Good hits there. Seems to me if I'm standing in him, I'm probably gonna get caught by an axe. But also I'm probably gonna double hit like every single spoon. Really thought he was gonna move towards me there. Alright. So death marks probably aren't gonna matter against Cain. I would have needed to barely defeat Jonah. And even then, it's questionable. That was one hit I took, right? Yeah, I mean, we can look at the death marks. I'm at 14. We'll just never know if there's a special message for dying to them. was gonna crescendo, and I did notice it was on cooldown before hitting the button, but not in time to actually like back off and try to dodge better. Oop. If I'm gonna win, I really shouldn't be getting hit by the blue fireballs. That is this one. Oh! Late spin kick. Alright, 2 chef ranks. Almost another. Just like 700 points short. Electric loot duelist. Hilarious. Not a perfectionist. Wind wall. I think I'm too far into strength to go with Dragon Fangs. Alright. Let's look at runes. Get another haste rune? Sure. Gonna be zooming. If I was still a chef, a second to amplification rune would be good. Or if I had gone with the other weapon. I guess it makes the vulnerable last slightly longer. Let's get some rune weight. I don't think there's any other meaningful rune I'm allowed to equip. I mean, having like a stone rune on. No, that's not gonna be meaningful. Magnesis. That'll defeat him. I guess I could have just taken off my Magnesis runes, actually, come to think of it, and still do that. And then when we start the next loop, I'll be like, why don't I have any Magnesis on? I might as well get more resources for cheap. Vitality, strength, maybe. I think this is correct. With the crit chance. And like 5 decks. Alright. I wasn't ready for that. I was caught on the wrong side of the arena. I guess, was Obscura ready? Okay. Should have probably been Obscura. Maybe it doesn't matter. Simply being walked into. This is probably going to be the best character I get for a while, too. Be more careful. Okay, I actually did erase both of them that time. Didn't want to be caught on the edge, but he decided to jump, and Obscura was down. Another electric loot. How funny. A duelist. Duelists are good. Ah. Alright, that was a little awkward, but duelists are good. Late on the spin kick. Died as I was pressing the button. Alright. Another duelist, this one with a useful relic instead of a negative trait. That is the wrong distance to be from that attack. Like, this fight's really winnable. I'm just, like, messing it up in ways that I shouldn't. I forgot that the electricity of the staff itself hurts, I think. Pretty sure that's what got me. I just wanted to be on the other side of the boss. Yep. I thought he had something to say. I totally forgot what I was supposed to be doing. Those aren't deflectable. Didn't actually have to move for that one. I moved anyway, but it's not actually the way the attack played out. Alright, got an opportunity to use the last suit. That was awkward. The weird overlapping projectile thing is definitely like the most annoying attack. Ow. Because it always combines with the next attack. Well, that might have been my best attempt so far. Okay, duelist again? I think it's still my best shot. Now, if we got it like a duelist with wind wall, I think it would be over. Wait a minute. Can I lock those in? I forgot about the entire concept of locking things in. Ow. Yep. I'm being overly aggressive. I didn't have another dash or another jump. I guess I could have gone near the bottom of the arena, rolled, and jumped before the invincibility wore off. But like, who thinks like that anyway? Alright, yes, hello. I would like... Mage with Windwall, honestly, might be good, too. I don't think I have the intelligence to justify that.
Hey. Huh?
Think Duelist will perform better. Ah, didn't reach. Vanguard's banner dealing just a little damage as I backdash. Oh, I did it again. Taking a hit after the attack's basically over just because I want to change to the other side. Oh, I think I tried the dash right before my dash actually finished. Mostly casting the spell for the air stall. Yes, more of that attack. I've been actually doing it a lot this attempt. Uh-oh. I messed up the attack. Alright, so Assassin's pretty good. I finally remembered to lock in something, and then we just win with something other than what I locked in. Sure. As one does. think that was less impressive than my Tubal fight. Obscura is just that good. Oh, I didn't actually look at his level at any point. That's awkward. I'll just assume that today I'm not gonna exceed the level cap. Actually, I'll just guess that it was like 300 for now. Because I actually do still have like 2 hours of stream left. I guess what was the difference between Kane 1 and Kane 2? It was 110? I think? So that one would have been around like 340 something. Yeah, I'll check the VOD later though. Oh yeah, I forgot you can skip cutscenes, huh? True hero, rank up, nice. Yes, skip the enemy parade. Skip the credits? Yes. It doesn't let you do it like exactly right away. Maybe I want a duelist anyway. Duelist with Windwall. Really like the size changing traits. I haven't even revealed them this file, but it's pretty obvious what they do. Yeah, I'll take the duelist, but then unlock everything. So I clearly didn't get any blueprints or runes, but thinking of runes, it would be good to get my magnesis back on. At least I would like to have it back on. And yeah, I have more ore than ether, so take the stone rune off over the... I can't afford a lot. Get 2 of this. Talk to you. Remove the locks. Maybe just go down the line here. And sure, a limitless potential. Although I don't think I need them yet. Your Sage Totem. Yeah, my highest ranked class is Duelist at 10. Let's see. Is 10 default max mastery or is it 15? I'm not actually sure. Classes haven't I even unlocked? A bard and something. Might be easier if I'm looking at the castle. Oh, gunslinger. Guess int might be cool. Yeah, let's remember to actually turn on our bosses. And I don't really see the need to mess with anything else. Because, yeah, to get my gold bonus, I do need all of them. So I guess Much like usual, we're mostly looking for the new blueprints and to get gold. Treasure awaits. Warden Cape +3. Did enjoy the Warden set in my first playthrough. I don't think right now I could justify replacing my drown set stuff, but I think I'm wearing some ammonite that could be taken off when I want to go more glass cannon. Oh wow, I thought they would die in time. Warden Trinket +1. Am I like literally just gonna repeat my build from my first playthrough, but at a lower level? I'm not even sure it would be incorrect to do so. Should I just go for it? Be like, I found the room with 2 chests in it, let's just die. There's some possibility I'd win, but I don't think much of one. The Mech Prime is actually like pretty spooky. Maybe I should be locking in whatever class I have the lowest mastery with. But like, would I pick it anyway? Also, the class I have the lowest mastery with is a tie between the 2 classes I haven't unlocked. So rather than locking something in, I could just buy a class. Had to come up here before doing the fight since I only have 1 double jump. So I needed that little table. Thinking I'm not really using combat roll much. Well, of course I'm not. It's the Citadel. Just physically move out of the way of things. Smiley face. Oh, right. Other end. I got all those haste runes. Ow. Should have combat rolled there. I mean, that's something you can obviously say anytime you get hit. If it's not on cooldown. Would've liked the fairy chest, but oh well. Oh, HP? As if the game could be that nice. Ow. Ow. What if I simply wasted all the hit points? Oh, and then I get... That must have been a pizza, I think. Nice. I guess if my end build isn't a combination of Drowned and Warden, what is my end build? Inset? I mean, I think it has a lot of stats. Also weighs an absurd amount, but I'll take it. I guess what I should really be thinking about is what's the stats per equip weight. Maybe I do that math between streams. Amateur's trial? Sure. Teleport to the start, see if there was any furniture there I didn't break. And see if it has anything. Oh, easy. Does look like I've gotten every chest in the Citadel. Let's fight the boss. I wish I still had Wind Wall, honestly. If I was planning on doing this. Ah. Oh, I have Vanguard's banner. I should have been playing some of these attacks differently. First time he uses that in this fight. I guess, are those are probably destroyable by Vanguard's banner, the little yellow things. Should have just stayed above him and spin kicked. Still 2 hits taken. Not bad. So it turns out I didn't die and need to actually pick a direction to go next. That'll happen sometimes. Yeah, I don't need to read that one. See how the study looks. Because it's my next not prime boss. Feels appropriate to skip over about 2 prime bosses and then go back. Maybe I should have been heading towards the sun tower, actually. Imagine me forgetting what the best zone is. Wanted to make sure all the ether collected. Well, I think as long as I'd stayed within the room, it all flies to you eventually. But I did have the ability to easily stay at the left end of the room. Ow. Might be trying to play this area a little faster than I should. Oh, you're a mimic, because of course you are. Seems like the green smoke from the fake coins may last slightly longer than the actual coin if you destroy the coin. I wonder if I ever only get to make use of charged because I have amplification runes. Or if it pretty much hasn't mattered. But I believe charged is one of the statuses that gets extended by amplification. Oh! Ow. Seem to be at the point where I'm so understated that traps actually hurt. just a little late on the roll button. Alright, rank 10 to rank 11. Oh well. That character got stuff done. Knight, Ranger, Dragonlancer, Mage. Pick the Mage just because Mastery. Knight Mastery wouldn't be bad either. Grab all the cheap stats here. Haven't been paying attention to the armor reduction, if I need any more armor yet. Let's get this just to reveal Bard, but I'm not gonna buy Bard because I just picked a thing that's below 5 mastery. I don't know what I do want. Get a little more int. And a little more strength. No reaction to that coming for me. Not quite as planned. Sometimes I'm switching to the control pad just to aim a 8-ball directly down. I started aiming like it was an 8-ball, and it's like, wait, I hit the other button. I guess back up to the study? I want to at least defeat Murmur and get that gold chest before I really head in the direction of like Nexus Mundi and the Sun Tower. Oh, missed. What a battle. Ah, found Murmur. It's not just the gold chest. This area has like 3 chests in it. Right. I do have that style of spin kick, huh? I don't want to go up if the next one is also tall. Maybe tall's not the right word, but I know what I mean. Easy. Mage is a good class for that because you can stand back just a little. Barely matters which entrance I warp to. Just thinking in Rogue Legacy 1, I'd be scared of that fire mage actually shooting through the wall there. I think with it that far from the wall, it wouldn't have done it, but there's some pretty odd interactions with fireballs and walls. I think it's safest to just treat any fireball like it could potentially go through any wall in the middle. Well, there are sure 3 commanders in here. Oh, did I at least get 1 rank? Nice. Brought it up to 5. Assassin's only at 4? I don't know if I want to take a tiny assassin. Maybe it is finally time to get dwarfism revealed on the file. Next time I see 4 classes that are all to 5 or higher, though, I am gonna unlock either Bard or Gunslinger. Maybe Vitality would have been better for that last one. Should I be thinking about automatons at this point? Or spreading poison, for that matter? I think 3 is about when we start thinking about automatons. Oh, actually, I should have probably just taken the twin other thing. Gonna deal so much damage until I get hit. Wow, empty vessel. Oh, I should have broken the lamp in case there was food. I wonder how serrated handle and IT's sword interact. Damage? Is that allowed? Oh, I must have hit him another time. I thought I just one-shot one of them. Well, it seems it doesn't matter whether I looked for chicken. Yeah, I don't know if I was dealing like 3.5x damage or 5x damage there. Depending on whether the serrated handle multiplies or adds together with IT's sword. Yeah, good run though. I think I saw like 30,000 points. I wasn't really paying attention though. Yeah, I think I'd be way more willing to take a dwarfism character in Rogue Legacy 1. I think it has way more advantages in that game. I guess the other thing though is I feel like you get less MP in Rogue Legacy 1, and sometimes due to your decreased weapon range, you're gonna want to cast spells. Whoa! I always forget about the extreme knockback that 8 balls have. Oh, right. Platforms. Missed. Actually would have, oops, preferred a mana potion. Never mind. Yeah, I'll try one of these. Pretty under level, but oh. But yeah, when else am I gonna get empathy is the thing. I wonder if haste rune makes your dashes happen faster. I don't think it does. I didn't get the last hit in. Alright. Bounced him right onto myself. Nope. It's fun. Both those Spindle was probably better, but this is fun. Wow, I'm just literally a boxer. Besides with passive ability. Even got a spell that kind of references the Enkindled Gauntlets. AO Punch is so tiny. Oops. Yeah, I was probably looking for a weapon with more range instead of, like, maybe less. Actually, I think it's about the same as Assassin. I'd messed that up well, Tiny. My first Obsidian chest blueprint on New Game Plus 3. Yep. I guess if they don't get to finish their attack, their after attack delay doesn't reset. Yeah, I think combo lasts longer with amplification runes. So just going between enemies, I'm gonna be more likely to actually carry it. Slightly. I think I only have like 15% longer status effects right now. Imagine if I actually stacked like 10 amplification runes though. We'd like never lose KO during bosses, besides on phase transitions. Could have knockout punched even once I jumped up. I even went for it. You might have seen the dotted line appear, but I was just a little slow. If only my knockout punch was a little larger. Also, if only like food existed. That would probably help if food was in this game. Okay, so I am gonna buy a class. Might as well take the contrarian gold bonus, right? Because it's gonna reset what I'm actually having for my weapon and talent. Alright, finally I can get Bamboo Garden. And since I've been building strength, my spin kick damage hasn't been terrible, but it's nice to get it a little higher. My intelligence isn't like nothing. No, 34,000 on that previous one. Boxing bell? I think that I reroll this. Yeah, I don't take anything here. Amaterasu's son, there we go. There wasn't anything that really... Guess I could take a Twin Lotus Stem, but I think the resolve cost isn't worth it. I'd rather just get more points if I happen to win. Made that sword fly through the note that would catch on fire and actually take damage. Something hit me. Just pick it up. It's not like it's overhealing by that much. Yeah, now we have all 4 of the weapons existing at once. What a mess. Oh, the sword's almost dead, though. Alright. So Amaterasu's son is pretty good. Also, like 4 empathies is about the point where you don't really need good relics. Probably. Bronze trophy, nice. It's worth a lot of souls. At 500? I could probably do narrow praxis. I don't know if I want to grind it out on camera. I might just do it between streams. I mean, it's not a grind. You can potentially do it on the first one. But I'm gonna need some practice. The int-based damage on the node explosions isn't bad, at least for this area. I mean, especially considering the enemies are 110 levels above me. And I'm wearing an equipment set that's strength-based. Well, not all, but you know. NG+1. I think if I ever have the money to do something other than try to catch up in level for the current playthrough, getting Crescent set just for bards might be nice. Ow. Maybe deal with the guys that are shooting at me. I guess that one wasn't, but skeleton can shoot through walls. Eyeballs can shoot through walls. Okay, yeah, a perfectly positioned note does just go through. I think I'll be happy with this run if we get Mastery Rank 3. I don't think I'm currently playing well enough to do that, but I would like it if I was. Do you get dance from hitting enemies with node explosion? I thought you didn't. Maybe I was just kicking the Spear Maiden every time. You definitely get dance from node explosions. Oh, something hit me. Oh, a fireball from down there. Okay. There. Yeah, that makes Bard way better, huh? Getting dance from your weapon hits. I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong about how Bard worked. I don't remember seeing that in the patch notes. I have looked at them by now. I think I'd even maybe looked at them by last stream. Oh, nice. Whoa. 2 in the same room? I'll just wind wall it instead of waiting the 2 seconds. Not like I'm wind walling a lot. Besides, we're about to get a mana potion in the next furniture I break. Not likely, actually, but... Leviathan weapon. Okay, there wasn't a mana potion. There's one. Yeah, maxed out mana before I actually wanted to wind wall again. Oh wait, I'm not full health. Why did I think I was? Just totally ignored a chicken leg. Yep. Letting that note cook to get skill crits worked out. It wasn't actually the plan, it was just the platforms disappeared, so I couldn't actually go up and hit it right away. Oh, basically doesn't matter that I ignored a chicken leg. I don't think, what, not even 19 HP. 17? I don't think that's gonna matter. Game RNG decided to forgive me. Oh. Yeah, my spin kicks don't have nearly the knockback that note explosions do, huh? Not be tempted to challenge Lamech Prime because he's dead. Maybe I should be taking the bombs. But come on, it's the first part of the save file. It heals more than I need right now. Is there any possibility taking the max HP is correct? I don't think there is. I just don't have the healing to take all that damage. Besides, they nerfed it. You get 20% less HP. And just heal off the apple. Oh, I was gonna say, well, I just still remember it exists, but now I actually need all the healing. It's also being nearby is a point in its favor of just grabbing it. Ah, totally unnecessary, but I did it. Oh, actually, I want to just go up, huh? Wait, gonna be looking for Axis Mundi? I feel like that was a plan I had at some point. Yeah, maybe playing as Bard and getting mastery, I just stick in the Citadel as much as I can. Maybe not below the spikes, actually. Ah. Sure showed him. Did not show him. You wanna, yeah, wander down just a little? Because maybe I could have just started spin kicking the knife. Nice. And get up here with only one double jump. Like, wherever I have notes, I've claimed that area. I said trinket +1. Get the crescent set bonus, at least the first one, with just one piece of gear now. Ow. Yeah, I already spent the double jump. I didn't have it. Color left +3. I probably need to raise my max blueprint level again soon. Seen a few +3 items go by at least. I guess the real question is, do I need more than +3 unlocked for anything I'm actually gonna equip? Because it's not like I'm gonna use, like, leather +3. Oop. Actually killed with the note. To be fair, it is strength-based damage. But it's like 0.2 times... No, not 0.2. Actually, is it 0.2 times strength? It might be. Yeah, see if it actually gets projectiles around anything before I go in. Actually, I guess I was more afraid of just the enemy physically hitting me with its body. Why did I stay in there? The kangaroo trait would be so annoying as a bard. Unless, maybe you already bounce off of things like they're resonant either way. Or rather, notes, not things in general. Oh, I've made a lot of money. Yes, I would like this teleporter. Because I do have Wind Wall. Do I go for Irad? Not sure how it would go as a bard. Notes don't block any of his attacks. Magic damage. Yeah, that's attractive. Don't need to break the furniture in here. I thought note explosions were spell-like. Well, crescendo will deal more damage. Like, note explosions definitely scale with int, but I guess they're not magic damage. Trying to spin kick just after that little height difference put me in the air. Should have just jumped. I don't think I'll get tired of doing that to nightmares. Be like, actually, you don't get to shoot. Ow. Fairy chest around here. Well, around here. There's no health. What? Okay, not bad. I like that line of notes. There's no need to fight those. Kind of useful that spin kicks hit slightly above you when you put your node in the ceiling. Take a free On's reward. Oh. Well, I was thinking maybe I'd just fight the boss at the end of the zone, but now that I've taken Freon's reward, let's just bypass the room. Try to do a little more standard adventuring. Wow. Ah. It exploded. I guess I can take this. Second free ounce reward. I could climb all the way up. Get the guy. Guess I'm doing it. This is probably the worst way to get up here that actually works. Switch to control pad at some point just to get them in a line. All right. Already healed up after that Blessing of Life. I probably have more health than before I took the relic. Plus our magic damage is higher. Okay, so I guess we're looking for lilies. Ow. Why did I say ow? I didn't take a hit. I guess I'm gonna collect the dudes. Is there one here too? Yeah, just gotta hit that trap door. Oop. Okay. I bet Bard can even get the one in Sun Tower without flight. Apparently decided I just don't like fighting zombies. Whoop. I tried to weapon attack up and right, but must have hit the weapon attack button early while I was still in the treasure animation. Oh, I did finish the lore here. Didn't see both of them. Another one? I guess I'll go for it. Oh, my note disappeared. I was definitely concerned about when that shield started moving, but didn't really have a good space to move to. Ah, nice. 6 ranks. So buying Bard was better than buying a rune weight. Maybe should try this umbrella weapon again at some point, but I don't feel like it right now. I will take the Ronin though. A little gold gain, a little XP gain, maybe more gold gain, and an equip weight. Oh wait, you can reroll. Not even gonna take these. Okay, maybe now I go back for corrupting reagent. Let's see what this gives. Cricket Stinger. I don't feel the need for the dashing poison clouds now. Oops. So yeah, I'm not really expecting the poison itself to do meaningful damage. I just wanted the 20% extra from Catalyst, which happens more reliably if it's my weapon supplying it, and the poison cloud doesn't matter at that point. Oh, you have that style attack, right? I think Lorgon always says action at a distance. Alright, not bad though. I think I took 2 or 3 hits. I'm gonna say 3. Yeah, hits taken 3. I remembered. Also, the points was 28,000, not bad. I think, isn't that the worst I've done as far as ones that actually win? Yeah, Ronin confirmed a worse class than Assassin or Bard. Objective proof there. I mean, there is the fact that the Bard got Amaterasu's son and the Ronin didn't. So if I'm being serious, I don't think we can really draw any conclusions from a 6,000 point difference on a single scar. But if I'm not being serious, then I make fun of Ronins. It's gonna leave it. It's gonna play badly. Just to be different. Am I ever going back for that apple room? Probably not. But it's near Axis Mundi's left end. Spend last time's money on? There was a lot of money. Oh right, I got like 2 gold gain up and a EXP up. I was like, I don't remember what stats I got. Maybe because I didn't get stats. Not immediate ones, anyway. No. Got him. Apparently just gonna leave a slug there forever. Oh. Ow. Oh, I die in one more hit. So, yeah, just don't get hit then. I say that and then Charon's trial shows up. Take it. I've only taken 1 trial relic all day. And it was Demeter's. Alright, good luck to me. I was kind of hoping the blobfish would jump in my direction. I don't know if I actually have all this zone's lore. Almost died. Because I didn't see that guy. Oh! Okay, we're fine. Nobody panicked. Relic is purified. Warden chest +3. Another +3 item in the Warden set. I think that's our second one. Imagine how cool it would be if I just continued to not get hit. Oops. I wanted to land on the actual ground and then jump, not go past it and then double jump. But I was just a little too far right. Is that enkindled or regular? Enkindled. I don't think it's better than the Ronin's weapon unless you're fighting a boss. A silver chest down there. I do see, yeah, the risen. Night cape +2. I feel like maybe they adjusted when you could start hitting a risen as it's rising. Is that risen just down below? That was the second time where I've been like surprised I hit them. Love defeating enemies. It was a little awkward with the spikes and the slug. Rune again. Because I say again, just I know I've gotten another trick rune in this stream. I don't know if it was even the last fairy chest. Nice of him to jump into the spikes for me. Let's check for food. Nice. This will be like the third one this Ronin enters. Or rather, it already is the third one the Ronin has entered. I have entered it. I think I started the sentence not being sure if I was going to say cleared or attempted or something. Tried to turn and slice and only got this down and slice. The down part was intended though, I was, you know. What an easy set of enemies. I mean, I'm at max health. It would be very cowardly not to. I am not gonna spend non-existent resolve though. Oh, right. I was like, okay, I got the chest, time to go to the door. Why would I think there was a door over there? There's never been a door. Realize how close I was here. Do I want to fight the boss? Let's go for it. I wasn't sure I had a good spot to escape to. I was like, wind wall. Ow. Nice that that was a pizza. Uh-oh. This is sort of a mess right now. I don't have more jumps. No mana. I tried to wind wall and it said no mana. Alright. 2 ranks though. Nice. Mage with a gun. Maybe it's actually time to unlock Gunslinger. In that case, I think I'll take this trait. Gunslinger class unlocked. Find good angles, stay moving. Keep an eye on your ammo. Gain. I don't think I need or ether gain. No, I've reached now the level that I was allowed to reach on the previous thread. Yeah, there's no danger of me capping out on this loop. Or I mean on this stream. What do I want now? Maybe just to make sure there's nothing important below here. Or focus. Grab an equip weight. I'm sure I'll want it eventually. Thing is spooky. I don't know if going up or down is actually faster to get to automatons. Might be the last one you want to go downward for. Oh, these are fun. And like for a Scar challenge, if you get a Mammon's Bounty that looks bad, it's like whatever. I think this one is dramatically easier if you can quickly eliminate enemies. Yeah, I think I'd basically always take IT's sword on automatons. Oh, relic broke. Ah. Forgot the gunslinger's weapon wasn't gonna actually turn him around. Ow. Ow. Looks like we're at least likely to win. Oh. As I knock one of the mid-bosses up into myself. Alright. A normal enemy phase was definitely free with the breakable sword. 23,000. Yeah, I've been thinking about embroidered investments. Let's just skip over to the Sun Tower. But I think I'm not gonna challenge the boss. I just want to go to the plateau. Now maybe I should be doing the Citadel if I'm looking to get mastery on a new class. But it's not like this is the only gunslinger I'm allowed. Ow. 292, huh? Perhaps I should have gotten more HP at some point. Candy. Having that lamps down there during the commander fight was sure bothersome. Maybe I should have gone around. Okay, fine. I can take a Fate's Die even if I am carrying lilies. Nice. Don't feel like fighting those zombies. Right. There we go. Had to mentally prepare and also shift my hands just a little. Needed to put one finger on left bumper and the other on left trigger. Normally I only use my pointer finger for both buttons. I had to bring another finger to help with that leftward dashing and spin kicking challenge. The flames are definitely weaker than my weapon, but the thing is, I can shoot flames when my ammo is 0. Also, it's just nice for clearing out cursed projectiles. Oh. Punching doesn't do anything besides take it out of the rune pool. That's fine. That's what most runes do. Well, good luck to me. I want mastery. They gotta fight enemies. I mean, I guess the flame can also hit multiple enemies. That's a good feature. Oh, it's a slug. Slug and blobfish was kind of the theme of the previous room. Does it always do something like that? Oh. Fate's Die was charged, huh? Spreading poison. Nice. Probably what I wanted empathy for the most at this point. Guess that would have been a reason to do narrow praxis on camera. Get it out of the empathy list. I think for the sake of my mastery, all the rooms that have wards that self-destruct, they should just do it while I'm not even there. And nah, this is one of those ones with a bunch of bouncing spiky balls. You know, playing as a gunslinger is kind of like playing as a lich with the crow staff. A little. And that you're trying to find like a safe spot vaguely near your enemy that you can attack from without moving for a moment. Well, just need the boss room now. I don't think I'll actually fight the boss. Just like carrying lilies was something to do as a goal. Huh. What other weapon can you offer me? Electric loot. I will pass. Maybe too aggressive about reloading, if anything, but it doesn't take your gun going quick very many times before you lose out on DPS compared to actually going for skill crits. Guess that depends on what your dex and dex scaling are. Actually one-shotting an enemy with no relevant relic. I mean, I know it was a resonant enemy, but still. Seems kind of odd. I know I did get like 6 barred levels, and also a couple levels of Bamboo Garden. Also, my stats are just highly aggressive. I think both my strength and my intelligence are higher than my vitality. Yeah, not by much on the intelligence, but still. I mean, intelligence is a defensive stat because I need it to heal. Let's go to the Sun Tower. Maybe now I explore the Citadel, and then Sun Tower. Just try to get all the boss rooms that have twin chest rewards. Probably better to start from Axis Mundi's entrance if I was gonna look for the Lamech room. Oh, except I don't have that entrance. I warped to Sun Tower this time. Oop. Oh yeah. Oop. Blueprint. Working weapon. Should probably check at some point which parts of the drown set I'm actually wearing. I think it's weapon and trinket. And I want to say the weapon is +1 and the trinket has no plus mark. Alright, it's this one again. How do you do this when you enter from the bottom? I think you destroyed this door. Would have failed as any class that didn't have something to help, but destroying the top door wasn't the mistake. Just didn't get my dash off fast enough after the last door. Oop. Oh. Yeah, I will take that. I'd rather retain the ability to move than be able to aim. Round trinket +1. Well, if I want to maintain the set bonus, it's a lot easier. Well, I'm gonna need a lot of equip weight, I guess. A trinket was 55, I think. At level 1, or level 0. Oh, blueprint. Warden Helm +2. I wonder how close I am to being able to get the crit chance from the Warden set. Ow. I could probably do it if I also include the trinket, but I want to get strength too. 0 times anything is still 0. Not that I deal 0 damage, but it's good to have something to multiply before you care too much about multiplying it. Okay, found the room. had a silver chest. This gunslinger run's been going for like 20 minutes? I guess I did a Scar challenge too. Yeah, probably gonna get a decent bit of mastery out of this. Oh, I could have just used my talent. Hop to hop. Ow. Not gonna bother retreating. If I die here, I die doing what I love. Being in the sun tower. Forgot to reload. How unusual. I know the crystals are like really valuable, but when I open a chest and don't get like an absolute shower of bags and coins, I'm like, what gives? I've been cheated. I wonder if I've already used my double jump. I don't think I have. Wait, double chests? Also a lot of furniture just for destroying one enemy. It's that room. Could very easily die here. Alright, turns out I didn't. It's the top of a room with no treasure. No. Oh. Well. Hey, blueprint. The one set that's banned. Alright, got him. I was just thinking they might be a more scary enemy if they actually shot in my direction when they warped. I almost die. Oops. I was trying to reload. Oh, nice. I, again, was trying to reload. just gonna head over. I didn't even think about the fact that the warp was gonna be up there. For some reason I was thinking I was warping to where the treasure chest was, and therefore might actually care that those enemies were defeated right away. Alright, what fairy chest room are you? One that gives me health. Although I think I still die in one hit. Oh! Dashed a little early. Yeah, I guess I should have said die in one hit to an enemy. Would have died to the fairy chest room without the candy. Already double jumped. Okay, landed. Wow, we're suddenly fine. Also, I want treasure. Okay, that was awkward. I used both my double jump and my dash. I was like, I hope I land on something. Clearly the best way to do platforming is just like going somewhere and hoping that there's a platform. Ow. You're furious, huh? My multi-hit weapons and talent and spell are not going to be the most effective thing against you. Okay. Well, it was nice having health for a bit. Oh! I think I needed to shoot one more bullet to kill him. What a way to die. 7 gunslinger ranks though. Nice. Again, doing better than having bought a rune weight. I guess I don't know how the price compares, but I'm mostly thinking about level limit. One hit wonder Astromancer with bookish. Sure. I was thinking that that gunslinger was gonna be the last run of the day, but apparently we can fit one more. And let's get some actual stats too. I guess my actual stats is 1 weapon crit scaling. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at warden equipment and stuff. Okay, it is drowned weapon +1 I'm using now. Yeah, you can't actually see how many blueprints you have without buying. Well, spent a little of leftover money. What was my spell? Oh, flame barrier. As much as I like flame barrier when I'm gonna be in melee against bosses, I don't think it's the spell for this particular character, ideally. Remembering that the initial hit is both bigger and more damaging. Oh, maybe not that room. I guess I could have probably, like, comet formed. Yes, I could die. I'll actually pass on this fairy chest. We have a gold bonus, not a rune bonus. I wouldn't even care about the ether. It would have to literally be a bonus to how many runes you get per chest, which doesn't exist. I got spooked. Nice. I'm probably considered to be at 100% health right now. I could get even more resolve, and then it doesn't even matter because going to 0 resolve doesn't do anything. I guess, was there literally any takeable relic in the other relic room? I didn't think about the fact that resolve isn't worth anything. Which room was it? What? Maybe it was last run. Oh, that's a cool interaction. Maybe Flame Barrier is good. It keeps going while I'm using Comet Form. So, how do I have so much max MP? Does Astromancer just naturally have 300? That doesn't sound right. As well. Oh, I didn't think about the fact that if I want Flame Barrier to be running while I'm in Comet form, I need to put the Flame Barrier up first. I almost died there. There was one fireball projectile going downward that I didn't really see. Avoided it by luck. Here's the next room. I want my loot. Hey, found it. And then it turns out my loot was blueprints. Say, excuse me, do you not notice I'm on a one-hit wonder run? You are supposed to give me money. And that's how it ends. Blinky gets a kill. 2 rank ups though? Alright, I'm gonna look at some Warden blueprints and that'll be it for the stream. If I look at Warden blueprints, I just mean buy as many as I can. Mountain Knight? With panic attacks? I guess I'll take that for next time just because I want more Night Mastery. I'm thinking about equipment things. Alright, so Drowned Weapon is what to put back on. Currently wearing an unupgraded Ammonite helm. Seems like a bad idea. But we'll put it back on anyway. I'm out of money. Let's see, so yeah. If I do put on all this, including the weapon, we just get to the extra bonus decks. And then there's possibly like 5 more Unity here. Actually, I think maybe 10, but that still doesn't get us to 100. Anyway, good to know. Kind of spent all the money from the run on that, but it's fine. Ammonite. Maybe I should have just upgraded my Ammonite set, except I only have 20 spare equip weight. Alright, is everything back together? Getting 30 armor. Yeah. Yeah, I think in the later threads, though, I will appreciate having those purchased. And then we'll also wear the Drowned Trinket. But anyway, that's it for this stream. See ya.